contact with Leah Carty. We have been in contact with Miss Carty, and she wishes to have contact with him, but no further violent contact. No further violations of the law. We have asked that he do at least 2 anger awareness classes while out on bond, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, Judge. Thank you.
That's your understanding, Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Your Honor, and I was able to speak with Mr. Bethia. He is in agreement to follow all the terms and conditions.
Okay. The next in line is position 7, Hong Chan, 25 CR 006513C, charged with simple battery family violence.
Yes, Your Honor. Give me one moment. Y'all are outpacing me today, Judge. Hong Chan, yes. Thank you, Judge. As it relates to Mr. Chan, that is also a consent bond, and that it's in the amount of $2,000, and it was already signed as well, Your Honor. $2,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 1, and that is on the sole count of simple battery family violence. He's to have no further violent contact with his mother, Miss Feng Li Sheng, and no further violations of the law, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Understanding, Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Your Honor, and it was Mr. Shane's understanding as well, and we are in agreement.
Okay, the next in line is position 12, Robert Golden, charged in case 25 CR 006524J, with battery family violence and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree.
Yes, Your Honor, one moment here. This relates to Mr. Golden. Your Honor, that is a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services. The breakdown is as follows. On the counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, there are 2 counts at $1,000 each. And then battery family violence, total amount of $3,000 sign-on bond, pretrial services level 1 on all 3. We are asking that there be no further violent contact with Ms. Dominique Golden, and no further, and we have been in contact with Ms. Golden, no further violations of the law. We are asking that he begin a 24-week family violence intervention program. He has absolutely no criminal history, so we believe that that will go towards a diversion program for him, Your Honor, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Tucker?
Yes, Your Honor, that was my understanding. I spoke with Mr. Golden. It was his understanding as well. And he is in agreement with all the terms.
And Ms. Tucker, I just want to confirm that that one was also signed, because if not, I can sign it and send it over.
I do believe I sent it in the email with the others.
Thank you
But
so
if
much.
not, you do have
I
my
received
express
it and it's
consent.
by consent.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what position was that?
12.
12. Okay, I'm sorry. I got lost. Can I get that breakdown again? I'm so sorry. I apologize to the courts.
No worries. 1,000 on each of the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and then 3,000 on the battery family violence, all level 1.
So $5,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, the next is position 23, which is a waiver. Jimmy McKinnon, charged in case 25 CR 006505C with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 12 cycles. The last arrest was August the 22nd, 2025, and that was in Fulton County for entering an automobile and theft by taking. He does appear to have an open case pending in Fulton County for criminal trespassing. That case number is 24 CR 000996 and the letter C. There's an additional open case pending The case number is 24 CR 003688 in the letter C for simple battery, family violence, and terroristic threats and acts. It's an additional open case. That case number is 25 PI 006848 for entering an automobile and theft by taking and loitering or prowling. And he does appear to have an open case pending out of Miami Springs, Florida, for resisting an officer without violence and disorderly conduct. And he appears to be on first offender probation in Fulton County. That case number is 23 SC 188376 for aggravated assault. That disposition date was September the 22nd, 2023, and the term is for 4 years and 6 months. And he appears to meet the criteria for UJR level 3. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. October 18th of this year at the Regency Inn Hotel at 4427 Commerce Drive, officers were responding to a dispute between a man and a woman. They did come upon Mr. Jimmy McKinnon and his girlfriend, who were in a verbal altercation. When they ran his name, they saw that he had a failure to appear warrant, and based on that, they wanted to take him into custody. Fortunately, he tensed his body, which made them have to make maneuvers to get him to the ground and actually arrest him. That's the basis for the willful. Judge, based on his history, we're asking for a $1,000 good bond, and that is it.
Okay.
Are we unmuted?
With me, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor, we just have to check to see if we're unmuted. Your Honor, he's 20 years old. He asked the court to consider setting the bond as low as possible. He's worked as a temporary laborer through staff agency and worked at a fast food restaurant. He realizes he had the open warrant, so he'll be stuck for a minute. Thank you.
Okay, it'll be $1,000 good bond, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Next in line is position 25, Christopher Mitchell. Is the consent?
Yes, Your Honor, I went over every item in the conditions, in particular with him: no fighting with Guadalupe, no contacting Francisco, and 3 classes of Alcoholics Anonymous, and also the ABET and the 2 standard ones that we always have: don't violate any other law and don't possess alcohol, drugs, or weapons. He's in agreement with each and every one of those.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. As to Mr. Mitchell, we were asking for a $3,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 1, and that would be $1,500. As to the battery and the simple battery family bonds would be $1,500 as well. In this particular instance, this took place at his home. Mr. Francisco Prisliano is the victim in this particular case, does not live in the home, should not be at that location. He should have no further contact with him. Ms. Guadalupe Ramirez Gomez, is my understanding, is his wife and lives in the home. So we're asking for no further violent contact as to her. And the conditions regarding the completing the 3 anger awareness, alcohol, drug evaluation and treatment, no further violation of the law, or no alcohol, drugs, and weapons is our understanding.
That's your understanding. Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Next in line is position 26, DeAndre Myrick, charged in case 25 CR 006518C with battery, disorderly conduct, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history? Ms. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 10 cycles. The last arrest was June the 13th, 2022 in Fulton County for DUI and knowingly making a false statement pertaining to motor vehicle insurance requirements, 2 counts, and driving without a valid license. He did receive first offender treatment in 2013 out of DeKalb County for interference with government property. That case was sealed September the 24th, 2014. And he does have misdemeanor convictions, one in 2013 out of DeKalb County for battery and disorderly conduct, one in 2009 out of DeKalb County for giving false information to an officer, additional one in 2009 for simple battery and theft by taking and obstructing or hindering a person from making an emergency telephone call. And he does appear to meet the criteria for a UJR level 3. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, on October 18th of 2025, officers were at the location of 247 Moreland and at the Texaco gas station. My understanding that the officer actually pulled up while he was engaged on top of the victim, in this particular case, Miss Maisha Willis. The circumstance was that she saw him and he had been following her, and she went into the gas station trying to hide from him. He grabbed her, he slammed her into a wall, he drug her through the store, slamming her into the floor and punching her. The officer, when he came upon him, was trying to get him to stop. He stopped, but he took off and ran down the street and was ignoring the officer's commands to stop. Officer pursued him, brandished his taser, and told him if he didn't stop, he would be tased, at which point he actually tripped and surrendered at that time. In this particular case, we're asking for a bond in amount of $3,500, a surety bond on the battery, $1,500 on the disorderly conduct, and she is still the victim in that case, $1,000 obstruction bond surety as well, for a total of $6,000 surety bond. No further contact with Maisha Willis. Do not go to her home. This did not take place at her home. We were not able to get a hold of her in this particular case. Her daughter had indicated that the phone was I don't want to get mixed up, but we were not able to get a hold of her. He's to stay away if he is once released from the Texaco gas station at 247 Moreland as well. No alcohol, drugs, or weapon while out on bond.
Lisa Willis is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Mr. Myrick has waived his presence. He's 36 years old. He lives on Mason. And that is Mason, not Mason Turner. We're familiar with Mason Turner near the jail. This is actually near Little Five Points. So he's worked in a restaurant. He's worked in labor on temporary agencies. He's worked in unarmed security. He's a high school graduate. He simply asked the court to set his bond as low as possible.
For the battery, it'll be a $2,000 good bond. For each of the other charges, a $500 good bond. Makes for a total of a $3,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Willis. Stay away from her residential address. Stay away from the Texaco on Moreland Avenue. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Next in line is position 28. Zari Rashid, charged in case 25 CR 006528C with battery family violence. Is there a history? Or is this a consent?
Consent.
Ms. Battle? I don't need the history. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Yes, sir. And you've heard from there's a co-defendant in the case, Jamar Richardson Pearson. So our agreement is that they would consent to a bond in the amount of $2,000. It would be signature bonds or pretrial services, level 1. No further violent contact with Jamar Richardson Pearson. That she complete 3 anger awareness classes. No further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while out on bond.
That's your understanding, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor, except when I saw AA, I thought it stood, I was thinking Alcoholics Anonymous, and we'll get her a copy of that to make sure she knows it stands for anger awareness.
Okay. Next in line is position 31, Kareem Shelton, charged in case 25 CR 006523J with criminal trespass and possession or use of drug-related objects. Is there a history, Ms. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 46 cycles. The last arrest was March the 8th, 2025 in Fulton County for burglary. That charge was null prost on June the 12th, 2000. Well, he was not prosecuted on June the 12th, 2025. Does appear to be on probation in Fulton County for criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree, and for criminal trespassing. That case number is 25 SC 003479. That disposition date was August the 1st, 2025, and the term is for 2 years. It does appear to have an it's an old hold out of Miami, Florida for assault. That date on the warrant was June the 10th, 2013. There are prior felony convictions, one in 2022 out of Tennessee for criminal simulation, one in 2009 out of Clayton County for burglary, and there are misdemeanor convictions and sentences. One in 2024 received a nolo contendere sentence for possession and use of drug-related objects. One in 2023 for possession and use of drug-related objects. One in 2022 out of Spalding County for obstructing an officer. One in 2021 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing and possession and use of drug-related objects. One in 2020 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. It's an additional one in 2020 for disorderly conduct. One in 2019 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. One in 2018 out of Griffin, Georgia for contempt of court. And there was one in 2019 out of Rockdale County for criminal trespassing. And one in 2018 out of Rockdale County for driving without a valid license. One in 2017 out of Clayton County for criminal trespassing. It's an additional one in 2017 out of Clayton County for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. And he was recommended for a UJR level 3. Nothing in addition, Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, this is a situation in which he was at 232 Forsyth Street at the Greyhound station. They knew he wasn't supposed to have been there. When they saw him, they went over to him. Search incident to arrest. They found the drug paraphernalia, a pipe. And, based on his FTA history, we have a bond recommendation of $1,000 surety bond for each offense. And that's our recommendation, Judge.
Yes, Ms. McLean.
Your Honor, he waived his presence, kind of folded his tent to go back to the cell. He has a mail drop at 420 Cortland, which is a program. He's been associated with Tin Park. He's disabled. He's done retail as recently as 2023. 11th grade education. He asked the court to set a fair bond as low as possible.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for BHET and housing if necessary. He's to stay away from the Greyhound bus station unless he has a ticket. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Let me note, Your Honor, he's already had the social worker visit.
Okay, very good, thank you. All right. Let's see, Ms. Bridgewater, I believe that covers everyone, so whenever you're ready for us.
Judge, before we do that, can we go back to a few because I missed them. We was moving so fast. And I need a total breakdown on some UJRs. If that's okay.
No, would it be, as Ms. Bridgewater goes through it, Ms. Jackson, can you just stop her when
Yes,
we
I'll do
get
that.
there?
I'll do
Just
that.
stop
yeah.
her when we get there and, so we can make sure we have each one of yours. Would that work for you, Ms. Jackson?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so
No, no.
take it a little. Is something,
Good.
okay, so take it a little.
Neat.
Take it a little slower for me this time, Ms. Bridgewater, okay? So that Ms.
You
Jackson
know
can
I'm
get
zooming today. Okay, I will.
everything. All
Now, I
right,
did have
thank
a
you.
point of inquiry and it may get addressed. I don't know if we addressed blank hams or if he was a medical reset or maybe we did or did not.
Yes, he was released.
Already released. Okay, thank you so
Yes.
much.
Okay.
Okay. If we're ready, the reset date for the SAP calendar is November the 4th. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. Position 2 is going to the SAP calendar with a $3,000 good bond. Position 3, I'm showing as a consent bond. And let me stop right here. If there are any consent bonds that have not been sent to me, please send them so that I can get the judge to sign them. Okay? Position 4, I have as a consent bond. It is a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 5 is medically reset to Wednesday, which is October the 22nd. 6 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $100 good bond. 7 is a consent bond. It's a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 8 is a consent bond. I don't have the numbers on that, but I can go back in case you need them.
That's
Is that
one
one
that
you
I'm
need?
gonna need.
Okay,
Clanton,
give me a second. Let me go through. I'll put that one to the side and give it
That's
to
not a number, it's just a UJR. It's just UJR.
to the jail?
Yeah, no, they just got UJR. They don't say pretrial, nothing on it. Am I right, Ms. Battle?
you. Okay, Miss. I'll
Uh,
tell you. Oh, just give me a second and I'll tell you, okay? Let me just go through this. I'll come back to that one.
Okay,
It's
because I have the
more
order
better
right here,
at-
and it says UJR. That's all. It doesn't say through pretrial, no, it says UJR release, that's all.
Okay, I am showing it as a UGR, okay? Did you need the amount, Miss?
There's no amount on UJR, Ms. Holland.
Okay, well, with that being said, I'm gonna move on to 9. 9 is a consent bond, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 10 is a consent bond, reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 11, reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 12 is a consent bond with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 13 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. 14 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Okay, 15, 16, 17, and 18 are all being reset to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond on each charge. 19 is a consent bond and is reset further notice with a $1,000 SOB through pretrial. 20 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. 21 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 22 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $3,000 good bond. 23 was a waiver, however, it's going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 24 is a consent bond with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 25 is a consent bond. I'll give you those totals if you need it, Ms. Jackson, or
I
do
need
you
that
have it? You got that one? Okay,
I
very
need, I need that one.
You need it? Okay, I'll tell you in just a minute. Let me get through this.
Okay.
26 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $3,000 good bond. 27 is being reset to Wednesday to the SEA calendar. 28 was a consent bond. Do you need that total too?
No, ma'am.
Okay. 29 is a consent bond, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 30 is reset further notice with a $2,000 total SOB through the jail. 31 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. 32 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 33 is a consent bond with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 34 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Okay, now to the add-on. Position 1 is reset further notice with a total $1,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 2 is reset further notice the defendant was released. Before I go back to Ms. Jackson, are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Yes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was just trying to help Miss Holly out. Position number 25 for the bond amount on there, Miss Jackson is $3,000 SOB through pretrial level 1, 1,500 on each charge.
And I was gonna let Ms. Jackson know that we also sent the consent bonds to SCA.pretrial court services and SCA.pretrial intake. So if she wanted to, I don't know if she has privy to those particular email addresses. I was under the impression, and if it was unsecured judicial release, that it was automatically through the jail. So that's why I didn't put through the jail. But you'd like for me to change those, Ms. Bridgewater?
What does the jail, do they automatically know it's through the jail?
Yes, I had those same situations on
You're good.
Saturday. It's just
However,
UGR. Unless you put pretrial on it, then they will indicate pretrial, but you just got the regular UJR, they know it's through the jail.
Okay, thank you so much.
But if you just
Also,
want to clarify it for future reference, you can put it through the jail, but they know if there's nothing else attached to it, it's through the jail.
Okay, thank you.
All right, one
Appreciate
quick
that.
question. I'm sorry, I did miss, for position 25, you said that was a $3,000 UJR, a level, what was the level?
It was level 1.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience.
you're welcome. I am missing some. Will the solicitors please make sure I get them so I can send them to the judge?
Yes.
Miss Holly, I may have some of them because Miss Tucker ended up sending some to me, so I'm gonna bring them over to you.
Okay, well, I think we're good, y'all.
Okay.
We'll double check.
Do you have the names of the ones you're missing, just so we'll make sure, because I don't want to leave nobody in jail. I know I've sent I've sent 8.
You sent me quite a few. I haven't gotten any from Miss Battle, so.
I just sent 3, and I only had 3 because we ended up putting ours on the record for the
No
judge.
problem. I'll get with Miss Lewis and we'll make sure. If there are any questions, I'll email you guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Judge,
Miss,
I'll send stuff to you after we make sure we have everything on this end.
okay. And Miss Lewis, are you operating the YouTube?
It's strong.
Or
Miss
Miss
Strong
Strong
is,
Miss Strong I didn't see her. Is she still with us?
she probably is. I know she was having problems doing the YouTube, but I need to stop it.
So you can stop it?